Is Dragon Ball Project Age 1000 a remake of Dragon Ball Online? Guys, we are here today to explore this idea because things are getting out of hand, everyone is excited about this one, and of course Bandai Namco knows how to play the room and make people pretty much go crazy with their trailers. So in today's video we're gonna explore that, but before we start, guys, before we go ahead, let me just show you this image here. Now this image here is 100% fake. This is not the real image from Bandai Namco or from Dragon Ball, whatever. It was made by someone with AI. It's not real. So yeah, just remember that online there's going to be a lot of people with AI today, especially. You can make so many things look so real, but in this case, it's not the case. So Beerus doesn't have any descendants as of yet. He may have some in the new game, I don't know, but for now, this image is 100% fake. So guys, rather than further ado, let's start in this exploration of what if this game, this coming game for 2027, is actually a remake of the failed Dragon Ball Online. So let's rewind to the heart-pounding trailer once more, and it kicks off with the blistering action sequences straight out of Dragon Ball Dreams. Goku's brutal elbow smash, Gohan's devastating uppercut, Vegeta's sledgehammer or Tianshin Han, Gogeta's lightning-fast counter roundhouse kick, and a massive Big Bang attack, lighting up the scene. The star is a mysterious silver-haired protagonist, rocking a very futuristic Capsule Corporation jacket and with the GS initials. This could be Goku's successor or Great Saiyaman or Galactic Service, Galactic something, I have no idea, but GS means something, right? With the updated suit vibe at just after a few seconds, right? The setting pulses with holographic battles in a neon-drenched future Earth. Capsule Corporation spires touring amidst the simulating of fights with mix of iconic movesets. Now, the money shot, a tense close-up zooms into the protagonist's glowing eyes, unleashing a rapid fire of visions of legends, such as Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, Frieza, Beerus even so, and even Boo. And more silhouettes flashing like multiverse echoes. An unknown figure approaches Goku's shadow overlay and boom! Golden Super Saiyan hair erupts in a futuristic aura blaze. Now, we don't have any gameplay as of yet, but the tagline hits very, very hard. It says, a brand new Dragon Ball world with even more unique characters. Epic hype music swells, Bandai Namco logo flashes, and the year 2027 seals the deal. And we're gonna get more information on this in the Dragon Ball Games Battle Hour in LA in April. So this is not random, guys. The Age 1000 title is dead ringer for Dragon Ball's online core timeline. The MMO, well, the failed MMO called Classic, fans have modded and private serviced for over a decade. You can play the game right now if you want on the private servers. It is a very basic game, but some people enjoy it and some people even play it to this day. Now, what is Dragon Ball Online, the MMO masterpiece that we never forgot? For the uninitiated, Dragon Ball Online, launched in 2010 by the way, is a groundbreaking MMORPG in only Korea and Taiwan, but never had a true global release. The servers shut down in 2013 because back then MMORPGs were mainly a Korean and Asian thing, and in Europe and North America people were not really that into it that much, so we missed that opportunity, leaving heartbroken fans to private servers and still thriving today. Supervised by Toriyama himself, it unfolded in Age 1000, exactly 216 years post the Buu saga, which was the Age 784, where Goku's legend inspired a new era. Earthlings mastered Ki via Gohan's books, reviving Turtle, Crane, and Sword schools. Majin Buu's family boomed with pink progeny. Namekians fled to Earth after the new Namekian Doom. Saiyan-human hybrids roamed everywhere, tails optional thanks to the widespread Goku genes. Now, the gameplay was Dragon Ball combat effectively, obviously much more simplified than what we have today in modern games like Dragon Ball, Kakarot, for example. You create your own avatar, human, Majin, or Namekian, grind quest, collect Dragon Balls for transformations like Super Saiyan on humans. Raid dungeons against the Mira and Towa which were kind of the beginners. They were kind of moved on from there to Xenoverse afterwards. Time Rift Invaders. Time travel quest let you crash Saiyan Saga or Frieza fights alongside Trunks. And then open world Earth from West City, mega cities to wild Saiyan colonies. They had PvP world tournaments, they had guild wars. It was social, epic, and quite lore deep. Toriyama penned the epilogue bringing Z to the future. Flaws like the dated graphics and pay to win were there, of course, but the game was still pretty interesting. So this comes here to the current situation. Fast forward from Buu, Peace lets Buu marry and spawn Majins. Ki schools explode, like people learn Ki everywhere. This is what happens in the kind of like the lore. Kaioken spreads as well. Then time rifts tear open, Mira invades, and by age 1000, flying cars zip past the Dragon Ball hunts with chaos reigning everywhere. The Time Breakers, Towa and Mira, Dark Namekians, Vibra and Gamelan are revived, the revived Red Ribbon Army, Android 9, Cell X, and all these people, right? Future Trunks recruits the Time Patrol to stitch history. Holographic sims like Time Patrol training portals as well, Capsule Corporation technology, so GS Hybrid unlocking Super Saiyajin. So yeah, basically it was like a mixture of, the lore of the original Dragon Ball combined with, time travel and stuff like that, and the game was pretty interesting, to be honest. So now, this is what's happening now, the Dragon Ball Online remake we potentially deserve. Unreal Engine 5 is known for being able to create vast open worlds, right? With, West City and Saiyan Outpost, no loading scenes, basically. Just imagine, for example, a Genshin Impact type of game, but for Dragon Ball. And also with official servers, which would avoid the problem with the region locks, which would be quite fun. This could be topped up with cross-play PvP, Tenkaichi Budokais with worldwide leaderboards, for example, battle hour events, deep creators. You could have gene mix of Goku and Vegeta hybrids. You could have different classes like Turtle, Crane classes, and you can even have new forms like the Ultra Instinct or Super Saiyan 4 or evolutions from there. So it could be different things, right? So that's a possibility. And then we have, we can have time travel portals where you fight Mira 2.0 with Trunks, you summon Beerus to support you, go to different timelines, you raid multiverses. It would have lots of different opportunities basically to give you the combat, which will be similar to, let's say, Sparking Zero, but in a open world area with lots of different types of fights and different enemies and all these things. Now, Age 1000 would not just be a game, it would be literally Toriyama's, magnum opus. It will literally bridge the past and the present and the future, bridging together different combat styles, different gameplay styles, because just imagine for a second, the most recent game which released, which is an anime gacha game, was Arknights Enfield, right? This game, of course, it has gacha elements, so it's free to play, so so many people are quite annoyed with that, but let's just look at the actual features. Arknights Enfield has been quite a success, and the game has a combination of different things. It has intense combat, it has open world exploration, it has raids in different dungeons, it has building and resource management and factories and stuff like that, and all of this stuff in a single game. So for Dragon Ball Project Age 1000, the creators can literally create a hybrid between Xenoverse, between Dragon Ball Kakarot and Sparking Zero. They could take the best parts from each of these games, combine them together, and actually make an open world MMORPG action game. Doesn't have to be massive open world, doesn't have to be a massive multiplayer game with thousands of people. That's not necessary. You could have different room instances where people join and fight, but what matters is that it would have something for everyone in the same game. And this is how these games can actually thrive. For example, in Sparking Zero, It's quite fun, but it's missing some of the elements from Kakarot. In Kakarot is the opposite, it's quite fun, but is missing some elements from PvP, for example, right? So each of these games has some good stuff, but has some stuff which is particularly missing, right? So if you combine these together and create a game which kind of gives everyone something to come back to the game on a daily basis, on a weekly basis, on a monthly and yearly basis, you have a winner, because then people are going to be invested, and doesn't matter how many months and years go by, people will come back to it because there's so much to do, so many things to do, so many variety of things to be doing. And the Age 1000, it just feels like these guys from Bandai Namco, they know what they're doing. The game was in development for 6 to 7 years, so this game has been in development even before Sparking Zero. Let me just repeat that. This game has been in development potentially before or at the same time as Sparking Zero. Now we know that Sparking Zero was in development for about 4 years, more or less. This game is going to double it, right? Almost double it, right? Maybe I'm not exactly double it, but maybe it's going to be like 7 years in total. So it's going to have at least 3 more years on top. So 7 years or 8 years of development for a game like this one is pretty obvious that they're going to bring in a lot of crazy stuff to the game. And the Age 1000, it's pretty much a wink-wink situation where they're telling everyone, guys, this is going to be potentially connected to Dragon Ball Online. And honestly, that's all I need to know. Like, that's incredible. Now, I did try the Dragon Ball Online game. I think that was like about 2 years ago. It's okay. Of course, the combat now is very outdated. The graphics are super outdated because it was in 2010, obviously, right? And it was an MMORPG, and so it doesn't have like the action elements of like modern action open world games. But just imagine this, guys. They could easily revamp that and obviously make it more Xenoverse, make it more Sparking Zero, make it more Kakarot, just make it more of everything, right? Because again, that's the secret sauce. You cannot make everyone happy unless you bring content that makes everyone happy. This is what happens, right? And this is the secret sauce. When Kakarot got released, although I enjoyed the game and many of you guys as well, other people complained because the game did not have PvP, the game did not have online co-op, the game did not have some online elements, so people complained. People were like, yeah, it's great, but I'm missing these online features. And now we have the same problem with Sparking Zero, right? People are liking the online features, but they miss the offline features. So this is the secret sauce, guys. This is how you make a game success in 2026. You basically combine the best of the best and give people something to come back to as a game as a service, but very important, by giving them value. And I'm pretty sure this game is not going to be a gacha game. I highly doubt it. This is going to be a gacha game. It's going to be a full price game, like maybe $60 or $70 potentially, right? And tons of DLCs, of course, that's a given from Bandai Namco. But if the original package is $60, $70 and it has all these things, all these 3 most important things, online elements, offline elements, and exploration, then you are having a absolute banger of a winner, and many people are gonna come back to it on a daily basis. And this may potentially be the secret game that may be competing with other anime open world game. Just for example, Nanatsu no Taizai, the 7 Deadly Sins online action RPG game, is coming also in March, I believe, this year. And it's a gacha game, free to play, but it's looking amazing. And the combat looks pretty awesome, right? And all these things. And people are quite hyped about it, right? Because that's the thing. These sort of games, if you do them right, people are gonna get hooked on them, right? Look at Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is going strong for like over 5 years, and still people are playing with it, and still people are paying money to it because they found a formula to make people happy and enjoying the content on a constant basis, and people are coming back to it on a daily basis. So that's the secret of it. So guys, that's it for today's video on this one. Hopefully we are right, and this is a sort of reimagination of the Dragon Ball Online, but you know, dialed to 11. That will be awesome. And if not, that's fine. I mean, you know, we can always dream, we can always imagine stuff, but this may potentially be the case. Now, of course, this is again 100% speculation. I do not have any information from any insiders about if this is going to be a online revival of the original game. So don't take this as Bible or as gospel. This is just literally an analysis of what can happen with the information that we have as of today. So guys, that's it for today's video. As always, I shall see you later in the next one.